Your transformation depends on who you listen to. Let me say that again because most people ignore this. Your life will never rise above the level of the people you take advice from and surround yourself with. You can be doing all the inner work, building habits, trying to shift your mindset, but if you're constantly absorbing the opinions, energy, and patterns of the people who aren't living the life you want, it will hold you back every single time. Hi, I'm Arina Papa, founder of the AP Method, and if you're ready to do life, love, and success in a way that actually gets you results, then this video and this channel is for you, and you're going to love today's video. But before we get into it, let me ask you a quick favor. Everything starts with clarity, so make sure you download my free Discover Your Core Values workbook. The link is in the description and is the foundation for all transformation. And if you're enjoying this content, please also like and subscribe. It helps me grow the channel and reach more people who are ready for this kind of change. Now let's get into it. Here's the truth most people never want to hear. Stop taking advice from people whose lives you don't want. It sounds harsh, but it's the ultimate filter. If someone doesn't have the results you're aiming for, whether that's in health, relationships, career, mindset, or peace of mind, why would you let their opinion shape your choices? Yet, we all do it. We ask the coworker who's miserable in her job for career advice. We ask the friend who can't hold down a relationship how to fix ours. We ask family members who never took risks what they think about us starting a business. And then we wonder why we end up stuck. This is not about judging people. It's about recognizing influence. And influence is one of the most underestimated forces in transformation. Now let's talk about the research for a moment. There's something called social contagion theory. Studies out of Harvard and UC San Diego showed that things like obesity, smoking, and even happiness spread through social networks like viruses. If your close friend gains weight, your chances of gaining weight go up by 57%. If your friend quits smoking, you're more likely to quit. If your friend is happy, your chances of being happy rise by 25%. That's not magic, that's psychology and mirror neurons. Mirror neurons are brain cells that fire both when you do something and when you watch someone else do it. It's how babies learn. It's why you yawn when someone else yawns. It's also why you pick up the moods, habits, and beliefs of the people around you. Now add in conformity research, like the famous Ash experiment, where people literally gave wrong answers just because everyone else did, or the Stanford prison experiment, where normal students became cruel or submissive in a matter of days, purely based on the roles assigned to them. These studies prove a simple but terrifying fact. Your environment shapes your behavior far more than willpower does. And here's something else even more interesting. Dunbar's number. Anthropologist Robin Dunbar found that humans can only maintain about 150 meaningful social connections at a time. Out of those, about 5 are your core inner circle. These numbers matter because they show how limited our bandwidth for influence really is. If your core 5 people are misaligned with your goals, you're stacking the odds against you. So if you want transformation, you need an environment that pulls you forward, not drags you back. But here's the puzzle. If this is so obvious, why do we still go to the wrong people? Number 1, validation. Sometimes we don't actually want advice, we want permission. So we go to people who we know will agree with our fears and they reflect our excuses back to us. Number 2, conditioning. If you grew up in a family where everyone had an opinion on your choices, you probably learned to seek approval before acting. Breaking that habit feels uncomfortable, so you default to asking the same people who don't live what you want. And number 3, proximity. We often ask advice from whoever is around. It feels easier to ask your mom about your business than to reach out to a mentor who's actually built one. But easy proximity is not the same as wise counsel. And number 4, fear of standing out. If everyone around you is living small and you're trying to live big, you'll feel the pull of conformity. Asking advice from people who don't want to grow helps you shrink back into belonging. And number 5, emotional loyalty. Sometimes we know someone doesn't have the wisdom we need, but we keep asking because we don't want to hurt their feelings. But protecting someone else's comfort at the expense of your growth is the fastest way to sabotage your transformation. So here's the cost. Every time you take advice from the wrong person, you reinforce the very patterns you're trying to break free from. So let's talk about some tools. The first tool is to audit your circle. Write down the 5 people you spend the most time with, talk to, or follow online. Then ask yourself, do I want a life like theirs? Would I trade places with them? Do they inspire me or do they drain me? And here's the uncomfortable truth. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Jim Rohn said it decades ago, and neuroscience keeps proving it true. So here's your journaling prompt. Who are my 5 closest influences right now, and how do they affect my life and reflect the life I'm moving forward? Which of them pulls me forward and which of them pulls me back? Now, I'm not saying cut everybody out. I'm saying be intentional. If someone drains you, limit the time. If someone inspires you, increase the time. If no one in your circle lives the life you want, it's time to expand your circle. But here's what most people miss. Influence is not just who you spend time with physically. It's also who you consume mentally. The YouTubers you watch, the podcasts you listen to, the books you read, these are all part of your 5 too. So choose very wisely. And here's a deeper exercise. Do a 30-day influence detox. For 1 month, reduce exposure to people, media, and voices that drain you. Replace them with sources that inspire you. Track how your energy, your mindset, and your confidence shift. You'll be shocked at how much lighter you feel. And when you clear out all of this influence clutter, you'll feel a lot clearer in yourself. Tool number 2 is to check the evidence. Don't take advice from someone who hasn't done what you're trying to do. Simple as that. If you want to be fit, take advice from people who are living a lifestyle of health and consistency, not just people who try to diet once. If you want a healthy relationship, listen to couples who've built one, not your single friend who keeps swiping on apps or relatives who are constantly arguing but they're trying to tell you how to do the whole relationship things. If you want to build a business, take advice from someone who's built one, not from your uncle who's never left this 9 to 5. It sounds obvious, but here's where it gets tricky. Sometimes the people who love us the most are the least qualified to advise us. Your parents might love you, but if they've never built the dream you're building, their advice is filtered through fear. They want you safe, not transformed. So here's your journaling prompt. When I think about the advice I've been given recently, did it come from people who have the results I want, or from people projecting their fears onto me? And to go deeper, make a list of role models in the area you're trying to transform. Study their habits, their actions, and their mindset. Now remember, advice isn't just spoken, it's modeled. If you don't intentionally choose whose evidence you follow, your brain will default to repeating the evidence of the people closest to you. And that's how generational cycles repeat. Tool number 3, you build your environment for transformation. This means consciously surrounding yourself with people, spaces, and influences that align with your new identity. It could mean joining a mastermind or accountability group where growth is normal. It could mean following coaches, mentors, or thought leaders online whose lives inspire you. It could mean creating physical spaces like a desk that feels inspiring or a gym bag by the door that cues you into the identity you're stepping into. And it definitely means limiting the voices that pull you into doubt, fear, or stagnation. Your journaling prompt for this is, what is one intentional step I can take this week to upgrade my environment, people, media, or space so that it reflects where I'm going, not where I've been? And here's something powerful. Research from MIT on peer effects showed that students surrounded by high-performing peers improved their own performance dramatically. Simply being around people who normalize excellence raises your baseline. Transformation thrives in environments where growth is the standard. But here's the trap most people fall into. They wait until they feel ready before they seek better circles. But it's the opposite. You don't get ready and then join. You join, and that's what makes you ready. Growth environments shape you faster than waiting for perfect timing ever will. So let's bring this down to earth. Now, imagine you want to start a business. You share the idea with your colleague who's been complaining about their job for years. What do they say? Don't risk it. It's too hard. Most businesses fail. Now imagine you share it with someone who's actually built a business. What do they say? It's hard, yes, but here's what you'll need to focus on first. One response kills your dream, the other prepares you for it. Or picture this, you're trying to get healthy. Your family is used to eating takeout every night. You tell them you're starting a new routine. They roll their eyes. You'll quit in 2 weeks like last time. Contrast that with a friend who works out regularly. They say, come to the gym with me. Let's set a goal together. One environment mocks your growth. The other multiplies it. Relationships too. If you're trying to break cycles of toxic love, but all your friends are stuck in drama-filled relationships, they'll normalize dysfunction. But if you surround yourself with people who model respect, communication, and stability, your nervous system starts to expect and attract better. So here's the point. Your environment will either suffocate your transformation or accelerate it. It's not just about what you do, it's about what surrounds you. So if you want to change your habits, you need to change your environment. If you want to change your identity, you need to choose carefully who mirrors it back to you. If you want to change your life, you need to take advice only from those who are living the lives that you respect. And here's the empowering part. You get to choose. You're not stuck with the environment you were born into. You are not doomed to repeat the cycles of your family or your circle or your friends. You can curate your influences as intentionally as you curate your playlist or your diet. But here's what most people miss again. Environment is stronger than willpower. You can be the most disciplined person, but if you're constantly swimming against the current of your environment, you'll exhaust yourself sooner than you need to. Instead, build an environment that flows with your transformation. And before we end, let me pause again. If this resonates, please hit like and subscribe. It helps me grow this channel and share this message with even more people who are also ready to change their lives. So here's this final truth. Who you listen to will determine where you end up. If you want transformation, take advice only from those who are walking the path you want to walk. Surround yourself with people who live the results you desire. Create an environment that makes growth inevitable. Because transformation is not just about you, it's about the ecosystem around you. And when you align your ecosystem with your evolution, nothing can stop you. So, download my free Discover Your Core Values workbook below. And if you're ready for deeper work, book a one-to-one call with me, join my waitlist for my program, which is coming very, very soon. Because ultimately, you're here to rise into sustainable transformation and step into a new identity. And that begins with choosing who you allow to influence your journey. Thank you once again for being here. Thank you for watching. And I can't wait to see you all in the next one. Bye for now.